is up, everybody?
What are you?
What? Man, I'm doing an intro, bro. Come on.
What?
Hey, we're welcome.
No.
Dude, what?
It's wrap it up. It's not just fantasy football.
Me, dude.
Now.
Shut up, dude. Why did you say that before we went live?
Because you were kind of on a roll.
Oh my god, no, I'm on a roll because of these edibles, bro.
Oh, okay. But we're gonna talk football. Just
thank God.
Not primarily.
Thank God. We got a lot to talk about, bud.
Yeah.
All right, let's try this one more time. Yeah, I got you on that one, bud.
Yeah, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to REV Sports Wrap It Up. I'm Josh, alongside my partner in crime when it comes to fantasy F around Tushka. Yeah, Tushka was just on a little bit of a roll there.
That's fun.
It just like to do. But yes, this is REV Sports Wrap It Up. We wrap up everything that is in the week of sports from Wednesday to Wednesday, and then we can live bring up scores that are going on as far as the Blue Jays and Mariners are playing right now. And the score is 13-4 midnight. So Blue Jays. Mm-hmm. So that will be going on there. Tushka, how we doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Yeah, I love football, but we're talking about baseball. But I love it whenever fans just get jacked, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, you got the chants, you got the "Hey, you bum!"
right?
But you also got apparently a new song. It's gonna be hitting the radios. You got dingers, bro.
Everybody say dingers, keep it going. Dingers, doubles, triples. Dingers, dingers, doubles, triples. Dingers, dingers, doubles, triples. Dingers. Dingers. Being on count, but I still hit. Dingers. Posting it bump, but I still hit. Dingers. Hang me a curve, and I will hit. Dingers. Everybody say dingers, keep it going. Dingers, 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 dingers. Up, dingers, dingers.
Right at the end there, all I heard was ninja rap. Yeah, they didn't say rap, like dingers. I'm like, say rap. Okay, shout out to all you millennials out there who know understand the reference. But if you don't know, go watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. Okay, do it now. Obviously, go watch the first one because it is golden.
Goated.
It's just goated of a movie. But go watch the second one where you get Ninja Rap by Vanilla Ice, who freestyled that because the beat was good. But anyway,
let's get Kevin Nash.
Yes, you do. That's super
shred, baby.
Yeah, with those face masks. But that's enough movie talk. This is about running that bases, and we are in the ALCS and the NLCS right now. As before, obviously, we were on the air when the Yankees lost to the Blue Jays, but the Mariners and Tigers went the full 5 games. And it was a classic of all classics, went 15 innings. It was nuts. I mean, they were leaving bases loaded, all that stuff. Finally, the Mariners were able to pull it off. The city of Seattle is rejoicing because it's the first time that they have gone to the ALCS in 24 years. So if the Yankee fans are like, oh, woe is me about not winning it in 16 years, this is what would be the equivalent of the Dallas Cowboys finally making it to the NFC Championship game. Because I've been waiting 30
years. You guys are actually closer to like 30 years. But
well, no, it's 30 plus. Yeah. But right around 30, 31, something like that years there.
Yeah. That's got to be the Ken Griffey days, right?
Yeah, it was the Griffey days. Yeah. Back in maybe a little bit later. Might be the Ichiro days. Might have been the Ichiro days. But yeah, 24 years ago. I don't know. You do the math. It's been 30 something, and that was Griffey years, but it's either Giffrey or Ichiro, one of the other ones, or Randy was still there. It's like Griffey, Randy Johnson, or Ichiro. Had to be around that, but they were just always like. And now Ichiro is part of the team that has the best record in baseball history. They didn't do anything when they made the postseason, but I don't know if who of those 3 were on that team.
2001.
2001. So Griffey might have still been on the team. I know did Ichiro join it in 01? I can't remember.
Yeah, Ichiro's on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Griffey is not.
Yeah. So it was either Griffey years and the Randy Johnson Griffey years or the Ichiro years. And I thought it was too late for Griffey. I thought Griffey was already on the Reds at that point.
Yeah.
For that. Because I went when I was in high school and went up to Great American to watch Griffey in his later years. But yeah, so shout out to the Marlins, are the Marlins fans. You've been waiting a long time for it. Trust me, as someone who's been waiting a long time for their team to reach at least that stage of the playoffs, I feel you. So hopefully it's Dallas's turn. Won't be this year. But crazy things have happened in the NFL, but that's not what we're talking about. The Dodgers are ridiculously good. It doesn't matter what you do. You have to play near perfect baseball to beat them. It feels like. Just because one little error that you do, one little mistake, they will just pounce on you. And next thing you know, you're down 6-3 without blinking. They shut down the Phillies, which I thought was a better baseball team, but the Dodgers are just kind of a juggernaut in a sense. The weird thing about the Dodgers was
you said juggernaut, right?
Not yet.
Oh, my bad.
I was wondering if you caught that because as soon as I said crap, I might have sounded the alarm on that. Nope. Well, we'll talk about the juggernaut later. He's not a baseball guy. But yeah, just what the Dodgers have shown throughout the season, they just decided to it's kind of like the Chiefs. This is our preseason. We're waiting for the playoffs. That's kind of what the Dodgers were towards the end of the season. And now they're like, oh, okay, you want us to play now? Okay, cool. That's what it feels like with the Dodgers. As much as shout out to the Brewers having the best record in baseball, actually getting to the NLCS, but right now the Dodgers are up 2-0.
Yeah, dude, still plenty of ball, bro.
Right, I know, but
yeah, come on, look at the Blue Jays, 13-4, bottom of the 9th. They're gonna win this one.
Right,
they were down 2.
The thing is the Dodgers are just that much better than everyone else right now.
Good. Then they should have an inflated ego, and they should be letting their guard down for the Brewers, who have the best logo in baseball.
They have best logo in sports.
So damn good, bro. That's so good. I'm gonna go as far as sports, but they're still time. But the Dodgers do feel inevitable.
Mm-hmm. They really do. But you know why? Because Dodgers hit dingers, bro.
Hey.
They hit dingers.
Everybody say dingers, keep it going. Dingers, doubles, triples. Dingers, dingers, doubles, triples. Dingers, dingers, doubles, triples. Dingers.
Hey.
Dingers. Being on count, but I still hit it. Dingers. Ultimate bump, but I still hit. Dingers. Hanging me a curve, and I will hit. Dingers. Everybody say dingers, keep it going. Dingers. 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 Dingers.
Rap.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Still, guys, go watch this. Go watch the Turtles movies,
dude. I think I'm gonna just clip that last part. Dingers.
Yeah. But that's all I got for running the bases. Tushka,
that was
you
fast.
ready to hit? What?
That was so fast, man.
Okay.
Yeah. You could really fast. What's your 40 time? How fast can you run these bases?
I used to run them in my younger years. I could do a 4.5, 4.7.
Yeah.
I really could. Yeah. It was just my whole shot wasn't as fast as I would like it to be.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I was in the 4s as well, but dude, I tried to play softball last year.
Yeah.
And just no stretching, no work at all. And it felt like I was running in sand.
Yeah.
It was just so bad. But yeah, that's why I like football better, man.
Yep.
You ready?
Yeah. Hit the butt.
To what? What are you ready to?
Huck it. Chuck it.
Fucking hug it. Chug it. Football.
Yeah. Huck it, chug it. Football, baby.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
We're doing it.
That's the thing about the entire episode. There's no other sports. They don't matter.
Right.
But no, in the world of football, specifically the NFL, brother, we got an incredible bowl coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the Orange Bowl, the Rose Bowl. Crucial.com Humanitarian Bowl. Nothing compares than the freaking Icy Hot Bowl, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, who is 41 years old, 41 years young, however you want to say it, and Joe Flacco, which I can't fathom that Flacco is younger. You know what I mean? It just, I feel like he's been this age for 20 years.
Right.
But Joe Flacco is 40 years old, and him and Aaron Rodgers will be just the second matchup of starting quarterbacks 40 or older in NFL history. The Bengals host the Steelers on Thursday Night Football tomorrow night, and the two veteran signal callers will face off in primetime. Oldest quarterbacks playing this week. Let's go. Steelers defensive lineman Cam Hayward, who also said, "Icy hot bowl. I love it." Yeah. And for you guys asking the question, who was the other one? It was Tom Brady and Drew Brees. They are the previous pair of 40 or older quarterbacks to start opposite each other, doing so in 3 games during the 2020 season. And yeah, I mean, these two very much have the potential to, well, just do it twice. Bengals definitely aren't going to be getting playoffs. Steelers very, very well could, though.
So,
but yeah.
Either it astounds me that Flacco is still a starting QB in the year of our Lord 2025.
Yeah.
Because Aaron Rodgers makes sense. He's one of the greatest of all time, best passer of the football I've ever seen until number 15 played for the Chiefs. But the greatest, like, pure passer of the football, I've never seen anyone better than Aaron Rodgers. Joe Flacco has been fine. He is probably the longest tenured Super Bowl winning champion that got paid elite money. Go watch the whole meme about Joe Flacco being elite. That really is just a really good game manager that throws a really pretty spiral. And you don't know where he's chucking it, but the fact that he's still, like, what is the state of our young QBs if Joe Flacco is still the guy that's going to be starting in the NFL?
I mean, but with that, it's the state of injuries.
Right.
I mean, these two, I mean, they're the starting quarterbacks for the respective teams in the same division. You got Lamar Jackson out, but you also had Joe Burrow, and with the Cleveland, I mean, they got they drafted 5 rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah,
but yeah,
the fact that the Bengals backups weren't even better than Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I think that's really the biggest thing is how shallow the backup pool is. Apparently,
yeah.
I mean, Chase Daniel, come back. Apparently, people need backups to just sit there and play.
No, he, yeah, exactly. Just come back because he doesn't play.
Yeah,
he's the best backup. He's he played 9 seasons through 200 attempts in 9 seasons. Like, it's just ridiculous. He's the Alex Moran of the NFL. If you don't know who Alex Moran is, look up Blue Mountain State. You'll understand. We'll talk about it. And also, if you haven't seen Blue Mountain,
get on the chicks and I don't have to work.
Yeah. I can enjoy college and still get the because a backup still gets laid. So, yeah.
But hey, speaking of Chase Daniel, Cam, oh my gosh, previous quarterback Panthers, Cam Newton, on his podcast, he actually kind of highlights some of Chase Daniel's videos, and that's a really good watch, by the way. But anyways, but with that though, they do show off tomorrow night. Who do you got? Who do you got in that icy hot bowl? Who's icy? Who's gonna be hot?
No, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers just because he's on the better team. He actually has an offensive line. He actually has a defensive line. He actually has a defense.
Paid defense. Highest paid defense there.
Yeah. So, I mean, he actually has everything that I just listed is better than what the Bengals have. Also, he's been there a lot longer. Now, Joe Flacco has the best receiving core in the in the NFL, at least the best tandem of T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. I mean, they're top 15, top 10, respectively. Jamar Chase being 1 of 1 or 1-2, depending on what your
he was 101 on everybody's fantasy football draft.
I mean, as far as just best pure receiver, I mean, it's either him or his former teammate Justin Jefferson. To me, in my opinion, Puka's right there with them. Obviously, he got injured. But as far as like a pound for pound best receivers, Jamar, Justin, and then probably Puka, just because of all they're utilizing for that. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, this is probably like a 3.5 spread. and I'm taking the Steelers.
Yeah, I take Steelers as well. I would like to see a shootout, but that's just kind of for fantasy's sake. Right. Oh my God! Speaking of shootouts, here we go, man. We got a little bit of a video update from one of our friends.
Well, it's week 6, and we have no clue which teams are actually good and which teams are bad, except for you. At this point, even the bye week would beat you. Moving on, it is almost Halloween, so if you're in need of a costume, don't worry. A Spirit Halloween is going up in the Jets end zone. Question, can we start with the Eagles game? Okay, sure. We may have been wrong about the tush push. Thank you. Turns out it's a bit of a problem when a quarterback's ass is more valuable than his arm. Luckily for Geno Smith, they're both the same thing. Get Kevin in here. Yes. Kevin, what did I say about lining up in shotgun and running it straight up the middle? To do it more. Look, we will be fine. Really, because you just got beat by Experiment 626. Scattaboo and Dart just saved our entire franchise. Who is stopping these two? A push-pull door. Well, we are going to be fine, okay? Devontae and AJ aren't going anywhere. Yes, Devontae and AJ are staying. They said when they're here, they're home. Unfortunately, Philly players aren't great at throwing to home. New York and Denver, get in here, please. That was the worst thing we've done to England since the War of 1812. Yeah, can we just forget that game ever happened? Look, I know it looked bad. Justin Fields had negative 10 net passing yards. The Queen had more passing yards and she's dead. Well, also, big news. We have our first coach firing. Well, thank you guys. Mike, not you. James Franklin has been fired. The cartoon turtle? James Franklin is getting paid $50 million to not show up, but so is Myles Garrett. Cleveland, just get Kevin in here. Kevin, this is going to be a little test. I'm going to run you through a series of questions, starting with, it is first down. You pass. You don't even know the question. Pass. You have a rookie quarterback your receivers can't catch, and you have Quinshawn Judkins, and you pass 52 times. Actually, 58. He was sacked 6 times. Get out. Guys, we have a problem. Tua is a snitch. Okay. Mike. You are the worst head coach. You will never be a leader. That's not what the kids on Fortnite say.
Yeah, thank you, Annie Ager, for that. And that kind of sums up quite a bit of the week itself. But there was a coach firing, and Titans head coach Brian Callahan, after a year and 6 weeks, of an NFL season, has been fired, and they have named Mike McCoy as interim coach. And then you also got Tua snitching on his team, basically saying that they don't show up for players only meetings, and apparently some feedback has gotten from that, and apparently Tua is one of the worst offenders for that as well. But yeah, man, I mean, crazy week. I mean, we'll get through the scores, but specifically Brian Callahan getting fired. But what does that mean? What are your thoughts on it? And then who's next, man? Who's next on the chopping block?
I mean, Mike McDaniel. If Aaron Glenn doesn't show anything promising from the Jets, they'll probably move on from him. For the Jets. I think they're going to give Aaron Glenn a full season. Callahan, the writing was on the wall. Like, you can just tell that team is just he's in over his head.
They ass.
They ass. Cam Ward is putting up worse numbers than Will Levis. I think that's more on the coaching than it is on Cam Ward. As we've seen sometimes it's not the quarterback. Ask Daniel Jones or Indiana Jones right now. Ask Sam Darnold. Ask Baker Mayfield. Sometimes those three. Sometimes it's the organization. Sometimes it's the coaching. Sometimes it isn't the player. Sometimes it is. Kyler Murray. I think that's more of the player than it is the coaching.
I mean, that's another coaching change probably going to happen in the offseason.
But yeah, it might, especially after that Titans game. I'm surprised they were even fielded a team the next week.
Yeah.
On that. But the Eagles have some coaching issues. It happens every time because they change coordinators every year because they're successful. The 1 year, when they went to the Super Bowl the first time, their two coordinators, one is at Arizona, one is at Indianapolis. The next year, the coordinators didn't work out. They let them go. The next year, they got 2 new coordinators. Vic Fangio stayed there because he was literally just the Denver coach for a hot cup of coffee like 3 years prior. So he's not going to take anything. Plus, they finally found their footing at the end. So we knew he wasn't going to get any calls based off of that. And then Kellen Moore is now the head coach of the Saints. They put they hired from within, and their offense looks very bland. And predictable.
Mm-hmm.
So, like as Andy was saying in the video, it's like we're in shotgun, we're going right in the middle. It's like again.
Yeah.
So it's just becoming predictable, and you're wasting either Saquon is lost a little bit of a juice, or it's coaching. It might be a little bit of both, but it just feels like. And then plus the comments about having about Jalen Hurts and Saquon and AJ Brown like having like a 2-hour meeting, and then they asked AJ about that. He's like, I don't know anything about that. So everyone, all these player meetings are something's going on.
Yeah. There's a lot of locker rooms being lost. There's also, what happened there?
I don't know. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, you're good. But there's also quite a bit of teams that lost. Right, buddy?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, that's because the Giants beat the Eagles that we were talking about, 34-17. That one, we've got quite, actually, I think we have some live footage of the Giants running back. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch!
Yeah, that's right. Cam Scatabo, absolutely wrecking shop there against the Eagles. But and for that video, little known secret, every scream is different. That's not one scream just duplicated. That is a different scream every time. Because that boy is wild as ever.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I know we've been talking about Scatabo and Dart, but mainly Scatabo, a lot this week. Man, what do you got for everybody?
Well, with Cam Scatabo, we're trying to get as much press as we can because the way he plays, it's not going to last very long. We would think. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can be shocked, especially with the way Jackson Dart's playing the game too. I'm like, guys, now Cam, that's how he makes his money. Like you can't really. It's like don't do the thing that makes you successul. Whereas Dart, he's just you can't be like jumping head first,
diving in,
in. Like you're not built like Cam that could possibly that his whole time that is his body. Like there's videos of him at Arizona State just banging his head against the wall, a brick wall.
Look, he's just trying to get the helmet to fit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an interview or video that he said like if there's any little thing off with his helmet, he has to go out and get it fixed. Yeah. And we saw him I think a couple of weeks ago. He's freaking out after that fumble, and he's like, "I need new gloves. I need new gloves."
Yeah,
He might be OCD. Might have a little bit of touch of the tiz, but it's working for them right now. They are firing on all cylinders, even after losing Malik Neighbors. But yeah, they are a force to reckon with for the time being. But yeah, I'll let you say your favorite saying from the fantasy footballers.
I mean, about Cam Scatabo?
Yeah.
You can't give someone CTE who is CTE.
Yeah. You can't give CTE.
Right. You can't give it. It's already happened. Like that's where he operates right there. So
he is CTE. But yeah. And the Eagles, after that whooping, they might have a little CTE. Also, there's another team that is kind of feeling it a bit. This was a close one, came down to a field goal in the final seconds. Panthers beat the Cowboys 30-27. The Broncos beat the Jets 13-11. Colts beat the Cardinals 31-27. Chargers beat the Dolphins 29-27. Why are all these 27s, guys? Patriots beat the Saints 25-19. Steelers beat the Browns 23-9. Seahawks beat the Jags 20-12, and the Rams beat the Ravens 17-3. And our buddy, poor Stabby, he's got some words.
Why are you doing this?
Why is he wet?
Why do you suck so much dick?
Cinema?
What have I done to deserve this, yo? I've been your most loyal servant my whole life, yo. I stole my grandmother's cancer medication to buy a Tony Siragusa jersey when I was 9, yo. I
signed my son up for a fucking credit card as soon as he was born so I could get tickets to watch Kyle Bowler's debut. And now you treat me like this, yo. This is all I got in my fucking life. We cannot be 1-5, yo. Cooper Rush, you need to go to fucking jail. It should be illegal for a tall white quarterback to have the number 5 as part of their number, yo. I seen that 15 from certain angles. It looked like a 5, and I was like, oh my God, it's Joe Flacco. But it wasn't Joe Flacco. It was fucking ginger piece of shit Cooper Rush who sucks dick. I was excited for Snoop to come in, yo. It's the first time in my life I've ever wanted a tall white pocket passer to be substituted for a black running quarterback, yo. I don't even fucking care what you need to do. Fucking fix this. John Harbaugh, I'll suck your dick, yo. Just fucking coach the game. Zach Orwell, you can fuck my bitch. Just fucking do a good game plan, please.
Oh, he's going through it. Our boy Stabby's going through it, man.
Yeah, we should always do like parental advisory.
Yeah. Radio edit.
Yeah. Star Wars Ruckus, obviously Ronnie Raven as he's playing the character there.
Yeah.
Always a great mainstay, and shout out to Style for always putting these videos out, making us laugh every week. Going through the misery as I do a lot. And the guy to my left, right, however you're reviewing it, hardly ever does nowadays.
Come on, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Royals, bro.
No, I'm talking about your NFL team.
Yeah, we lost 3 games, man.
Oh, yeah, and I gave you so much shit because I knew this was going to happen. I knew exactly what was going to happen. So I had to get my licks in. I literally said on the show, I was like, I'm getting my licks in because I know the inevitable was going to happen.
Oh, sorry. Fix my hat.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, fix your hat. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Anyway, well, what's it like to have a defense?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good, man. You should invest in one.
Like, if you paid them like $48 million a year, well, they did invest in defensive players, just not the one that's on the Packers now.
Yeah, but honestly, I mean, not to rehash all that, but that's a shitload of money. I mean, you're mortgaging your whole team for that.
Yeah.
If it was the Chiefs, they'd be like, well, have fun. Where do you want to go? We'll buy your tickets because we ain't doing that.
All right, Brees Hall, get ready to learn the tomahawk chalk, buddy.
Oh my God, bro, don't tease me. Oh my God, yeah. We got to talk trades afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, your Cowboys unfortunately lose. The Panthers, they're looking like a real team.
Yeah.
I mean, their lines on both sides are playing very well.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce, I call him Bruce. Bryce Young is just not really turning the ball over a ton like he used to. So he's kind of wisened up a bit. And then Rico Dowdle. I mean, this is the revenge game. Should have got some clips of him. When asked in pressers before the match, he said, they better buckle up.
Mm-hmm.
And then when asked after the match, he said, they didn't buckle up.
No.
And he's not lying.
No.
2 straight weeks of 200+ running games?
Well, just all-purpose yards.
Or all-purpose. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
well, yeah.
200 rushing the week before and 200 all-purpose against the Cowboys.
Was this week? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but absolutely incredible, though.
Yeah, just insane. And I even said going into the season, and at first I was like, oh, that was a bad take, but now my take is starting to kind of warm up of the Panthers are going to be better. Like going into the season, so the Panthers are going to be better. Now, they're not going to set the world on fire or do what be right there what the Jags are doing, shockingly. Yeah. But I just knew that they were going to take a step forward. And it took a couple of
8 and 9's far better than what they did last year.
Right. Yeah. So right now they're 3-3. I mean, right there with everyone else.
Chiefs, same as a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still very much anybody's season.
Yeah. There's no great team right now. There is no great team.
There's a couple. There are a couple.
But I'm just saying is with the parity. But there are a couple. I'm just not ready to crown it yet, just because I've seen their deficiencies.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. And injuries are always going to hit. But the Colts are on top of the AFC.
Yeah,
5-1. And for the rest of the games, the Raiders beat the Titans 20-10. Packers beat the Bengals 27-18. The Chiefs beat the Lions and 30-17, which people say the news to be asterisks. I say kiss my asterisks. The Falcons beat the Bills 24-14. Bears beat the Commanders 25-24, which is crazy that 2 weeks in a row they had the exact same score.
That was weird.
So we'll see what the line looks like for next week. And then last, the Bucks beat the 49ers 30-19. And our boy Ibuka got injured, unfortunately, in the second quarter. But the Bucks and Baker did not miss a beat.
Nope.
The Johnson & Johnson brothers came in like fucking baby powder and just cleaned up. And I guess baby powder dirties at the floor. But they definitely cleaned up things. And Tess Johnson got a touchdown. And we've got a pretty remarkable interaction, probably one with the history books here, with him and Sterling Shepard.
Funny story. This is crazy. When I score and I hit MVP chant, I'm thinking they talking about me. So I asked Shep. I'm like, Shep, they was chanting MVP? Yeah. And he was like, yeah. I was like, I ain't do nothing this year. And then he was like, they talking about Baker, Ted.
Baker Mayfield threw you the ball.
Oh, they told me, I was like, I didn't do a damn thing. And I was like, well, that explains it. But he is the MVP.
I was just happy with you. But you know what? Now I am mad at you.
But look though.
Hey, Mike said, when they was chanting, I said, MVP. What have I done? I said, what did I do? I was about to start praising it, man.
You know I'm slow sometimes, bro. I'm like, bro, I didn't do nothing this season. And they talking about MVP, and Shaq gonna talk about now, I was just messing with you. Now you go back to the old.
See, now you going back to the old tale. Hey, now you about to start going crazy. All you needed was a little bit of confidence, now you finna go digital. You hear me? I promise you.
Yeah.
That could happen too. All you need is one.
Yeah, very, very well could. Baker Mayfield is on an absolute tear.
Yeah.
The odds-on favorite is still Patrick Mahomes.
He's third. He's behind Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen just because of what their Vegas is thinking they could. Just because Josh Allen has put on the Superman cape
right
every game.
Yeah, I mean, but for everybody who's watching tape, it's Baker. I mean, he's in the lead, and with what he's doing with a deep roster. I mean, everybody else they're having to spread it out to people out of necessity just to try to win a game. It just seems effortless. That touchdown to Tez was, like a 40-yard shot. Mm-hmm. Then you also have the other Johnson getting in the mix, Sterling Shepard, Otten, I believe, was got a little bit of a bump this week, but yeah. I mean, and whenever they get the whole team back and healthy, bro, come on now. Mm-hmm. So they are on top of the NFC 5-1, and week 6. Anything else, man, from these games that you kind of saw or note or want to kind of elaborate on?
Yeah, put on your conspiracy hats because we're going to go deep down on why the Chiefs are favored by the NFL. So in the game, I don't think it would have made a difference. I think the Chiefs would have beat them anyway. St. Brown can't if you can't drop that fourth down ball that's right in your hands. That was kind of the game to me. Was when Amon-Ra dropped that fourth down because it was tough to slow down the Chiefs. But when the first
it did look like it got tipped or something because it was kind of a bad ball, but it's still
still hit him exactly where Amon-Ra should catch that ball for Amon-Ra's stature. But what has come out of this game was, if anyone watched it, one of the Lions' first drive down the field, it was methodical, took time off the clock, everything. They get down there, do a direct snap. Jared Goff goes in motion, does a direct snap to Dave Montgomery. Montgomery throws a quick screen to Jared Goff, who bobbles it, catches it, and then runs it in for the touchdown. Everyone's like, oh, okay, cool, it's happening. And then you don't see any flag graphic come up. You don't see anything. They're trotting everybody out. Next thing you know, the referees come out and say it was a legal motion because Jared Goff was never even a set for a second. You have to be at least, when you go in motion, you can't just be running at certain points. You have to be at least set to a certain standard. Well, so that happened. They ended up kicking a field goal. I still think the Chiefs were going to win anyway, but that still could have been momentum. Just getting that in the end zone, it could have been momentum. We don't really know what's going to happen. So we thought people thought that was kind of odd, but it was said the NFL came out because the NFL, if a call is not made on the field, you can't challenge that the field that was supposed to happen. The only time that ever happened was the pass interference stuff, and that was just to shut the Saints up. They were never going to do anything differently anyway. Even when they reviewed it, they were like, nope, it was pass interference, or nope, it wasn't. Like, they were never going to say one way or the other, even if it was clear. That was just doing that just to appease the Saints, but they were never going to do it. Same thing, they never called a hit tackle, much less anymore, even though it's partly illegal, things like that. But you're not supposed to, if the call's not made on the field, you're not supposed to call, like from New York, as they say, to say, actually, there was a hold, there was this, there was that, like you missed this. No, if the referees don't call it, it didn't happen. Well, they called it. People were saying, oh, that must have been that was weird that it all happened. And the NFL made a statement saying, no, the referees huddled together after it happened and said, no, that was illegal motion, blah, blah, blah. Well, Dan Campbell, head coach for the Lions, came out today or yesterday, won his press conference, and they asked him about it. He said, well, the lineman that's always on that side of the field, came over and asked him about it. He said, no, we didn't huddle, we didn't huddle. So that basically says, like, okay, who is telling who on that? So the conspiracy is that, there's always a conspiracy that NFL scripted, or it's fixed for the NFL always tries to fix it to make sure the team that they want to win, all that. So it just, because it was the Chiefs that got the favorable call on that, it's always going to spark a lot more outrage than it happened in any other game. Just because of the whole notion that the Chiefs get favorable calls because the NFL, for some reason, wants them to obviously succeed and be in prime time. I don't know. But that was the controversy that you'll see a lot of the internet scuttlebutts and people popping off about. But like I was saying, and Tushka always says, it happens everywhere else. It's just when the Chiefs do it, they're the evil empire at this point. So they're going to get a lot more magnifying glasses on that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's going to be so much louder whenever it's Kansas City, and it's annoying as hell. But it is what it is. I mean, we always talk about it. You got to just accept the villain role with it. But my thing is really just the referees in New York. I mean, where do we draw the line, right? Because to me, we've got cameras, we have fucking sensors everywhere, and we still have humans calling out of bounds. And, there's 150 cameras or something ridiculous that are on the field. And then in the replays, it's always, oh, well, here's this one shot. Oh, that's not a good shot. Let's go to the other. Dude, you know which shot it is. Also, play like 9 shots at the same time. You got them synchronized. It's 2025. It's not fucking difficult. I mean, if we can do it from a freaking high school stadium, you guys can do it too. And also, like with the New York, as far as the interference part, I mean, if it's an issue of being from New York, then have somebody there in a press booth and be the officiator there.
Yeah.
And then where they can see everything, and they're the ones calling the shot there on site. I mean, just paid staff. And then because you've got some of these old heads out there, you got people that are out of shape, and there's some that are just jocked. But it just seems like it's just becoming an inept position for them to really do their job. And hats off. It is very tough. There are a lot of times they'll call something and it's like, I don't know. And then we go through replay, and even commercial break. And it's like, actually, they called it right. Like that, like hats off to them for calling that, like the knee down, or, hey, the ankle hit as well. Or the butt cheek. That was kind of a weird one. I felt like that was kind of out of bounds, but whatever. It's just figure it out, because the inconsistencies is what really drives this narrative.
Yeah.
And does the NFL want to protect the shield and be as prosperous as it can for as long as it can? Yes. Do I think that they're fixing games? No. But even in college, you see it where you have the makeup penalty. And you see them. Like, they'll make a call, and it's like, oh, that was a bad call. And then they'll make another bad call, second, third quarter. And it's like, all right, there was a makeup penalty. Like, that's the balancing act. Mm-hmm. And it does sway momentum. But at the same time, especially for professionals, I even kind of, tell it to the high school team too. Like, you've got to win in spite of that. Like, you can't be having that basically be the excuse. Could it be? Is there influence? Is there impact from that failed call or that missed call or that forced call in this regard? Possibly.
Right.
Yeah. But you still got to go out there and win it. And it's hard to win, and this doesn't help. But it's just something that they've got to fix, because it's 2025. There are some aspects of the game that are archaic, and then there's others that it's I don't know. I guess maybe like trying failed technology or something. But let's just get it right for the betterment of the sport itself. And if you make the sport and the competition better, the money will follow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Also,
that's my
I think that game between the Jets and the Broncos was the players protesting that they don't want a franchise in London, because that was one of the worst products ever.
Negative 10 yards, bro. That is
so bad,
unheard of.
And the Broncos were inept too.
Yeah,
like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean their defense was phenomenal, getting 9 sacks, almost getting the record. Unfortunately, the 98 Chiefs got it, baby. Yeah, I remember that game, dude. That was brutal against the Chargers. But yeah, and it might be. I'm with them on that, because when it was 1 or 2, okay, that's cool. That's a little novelty thing. But it's been every week,
right?
And it's in the, we talked about it Monday, man. It's a morning game. It's getting a little bit excessive, but we'll see. I mean, they're trying it this year. There's going to be that swing next year. But yeah, anything else for NFL, bud?
No, that's pretty much all I got, because we got a lot more to get to.
Yep, that's it. Have a good show, y'all. We'll see you. Oh,
we can talk more football.
Let's
talk more football.
Okay, let's do that, man. I like football.
The college game.
Yeah.
James Franklin has been fired from Penn State after dropping 3rd game in a row. Buyout that Penn State is telling him, hey, we don't want you no longer as our coach. Congratulations, you get $49 million. So when you that's the thing about the buyouts are, it prevents other teams from poaching your coach because they have to pay that. The problem is, if you fire the coach, you yourself have to pay that. So it's a double-edged sword, because you paid this coach all this money, and making sure you put basically an insurance clause in there saying that if this contract is null and void and it doesn't last the whole time, if you take a job, that person fits the bill. But if you let them go earlier, then the university themselves fit the bill. Now, Jimbo Fisher, of formerly the Texas A&M coach, got let go, and they wrote him a check for $70 million to not coach their team. Yeah. James Franklin is now getting paid $49 to $48 million to not coach Penn State. The thing is James Franklin was like 48-8 or 48. It's just ridiculous of like his win-loss record. But the thing is, he's 1-18 against top 5, top 10 opponents. So like the whole thing is he just can't win the big game. He was up against Oregon, who we'll get to in a second, and couldn't. He was up at one point, leading the number 3-2 team in the nation at the time. And they, again, James Franklin and the Penn State Nittany Lions could not get over the hump and beat a top 5, top 10 team. So the fan base is already on edge, saying, "All right, he's got to go." And then he proceeds to lose to UCLA, who just fired their coach. They have a new head coach, new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator, and they've never led a game all season. Lose to that, then turn around and lose to Northwestern at home. So basically, he's lost the locker room. at that point, or his team was just never good to begin with. They spent millions of dollars to get a new defensive coordinator from Ohio State, and then Ohio State was like, "Bet we'll replace him with a better defensive coordinator." And now James Franklin is no longer the coach there. You better hit it right, Penn State, because sometimes the grass isn't always greener of getting a new coach. You better have someone lined up, because if you're paying $49 million to tell someone you're not good enough, you better know someone that can. Yeah. Because as Florida, they let Dan Mullen go, and they still have yet to get back to what Dan Mullen did, even though that was mediocre to them at the time, and that's why they let him go. James Franklin's not getting over the hump, even though he's the one that propelled you from the scandal that you had. But I'm a Louisville fan. We're good if we're, get to a bowl game, get to playoff contention. That's our goal. We understand that. We have a coach in mind. We like it. We like where Louisville's at. We would love to get to the Penn State level, but 10 wins, multiple play, and for the first big-time playoff expansion that they had last year, Penn State was right there. Just couldn't beat Notre Dame, who eventually played for the national championship. Again, couldn't get over the hump, but at least Penn State has more. James Franklin has more playoff wins than a lot of coaches. Mm-hmm. They're getting paid a lot of money, but I get it. Sometimes it's just ready to move on, like Andy Reid with Philadelphia, goes to the Chiefs, still good. Sometimes you just have to move on. But when Andy Reid got let go of the Eagles, they didn't have to pay him $49 million. Yeah. And just takes away from, I don't know where all this money comes from, but I know it's a big, long thing. Before I get to the other factors. Before I get to the other buyouts that I go through a list of the other coaches' buyouts, which I think is is the craziest thing that you just like the prices keep going up and it's ridiculous. But your thoughts on Penn State letting go of James Franklin? Literally 3 weeks ago, he was leading the number 3 team in the nation. Yeah.
I'm in the same thought process as you, as far as don't let him go unless you have someone to follow. We see teams do this at the bowl games. They'll drop him, maybe like that week before, because then people are in the market. But it's just like with this one, it's like just find somebody first before you jump, or just write out the fucking contract, and and maybe just write better contracts. Period. Because you got performance-based incentives for NFL players and probably coaches as well. But it's like, why are we making all this guaranteed money? That's how you sell them. As far as like with NFL players, how you get them to sign on that dotted line. As far as okay, this much guaranteed. This part is incentives and such of that nature. But it's asinine, and the numbers you're going to talk about or even more ass and 9. Oh, I can't hear you, bud.
Sorry. We've talked about this microphone. You're supposed to just turn on when I start talking. Mm-hmm. Anyway. But yeah, number 10, Matt Rule for Nebraska, formerly Carolina Panthers coach. His buyout is $49.6 million. Now, his name has been rumored for the Penn State job. So basically, Penn State would have to pay $100 million just to get Matt Rule and let James Franklin go. For those doing your math, that's how much Penn State would have to pay if Matt Rule accepted the job. Because Nebraska doesn't pay that. They are literally, Penn State is paying Nebraska to take their coach, which is why the buyout situation started in the first place, for security of your coach, because you think you've got the guy. So you want to secure him from other teams poaching. Brian Kelly at LSU, $53.3 million. Now, that one could come up as him being on the hot seat right now. He is not living up to the LSU standard, okay, for what LSU has been able to do. You in the receiving core and stuff, they just haven't been up, so that might get done. Kirk Signetti at Indiana is $56.7 million, another Penn State person on the short list. So, again, Penn State looking like it's going to be a $100 million transaction if they go for the guy that they want. All right. Dan Lanning at Oregon is $56.7. Mike Norvell at Florida State, $58.7. Dabo Swinney at Clemson is $60 million. Steve Sarkisian at Texas is $60 million. Kalen DeBoer $60.8 million. Ryan Day at Ohio State is $70.9 million. And then Kirby Smart at Georgia is a gentleman's $105 million.
That's insane.
For that. So it's becoming, and for those on like the bottom tier, they're all like, I mean, even the other top 25, the 25th coach's buyout is $27 million.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of money. And it would be nice to know exactly where that money comes from, because a lot of these are state funded schools with extremely exuberant fees as far as, per semester and, even, through the whole degree process. So yeah, is that why they're high? Because they're having to pay for, the football aspect. I mean, there are a ton of booster clubs. I know for Oklahoma, you have season tickets, and each year you've got to basically donate, to, quarterback club or some of the boosters and things of that nature. And, that kind of goes towards quite a bit of it. But yeah, that's just excessive. And I mean, if you're able to spend that much money, then how much are you really making?
Yeah.
And that's where an overall audit just really needs to go through and just get a tear on a lot of these collegiate systems that a lot of people are, not kind of going against.
Yeah. Well, football is king when it comes to college athletics. Mm-hmm. So they get all the TV deals. Yeah. As much as a basketball junkie as I am, it's in my blood as a person who's born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky, much less the state of Kentucky, Indiana, Kansas, Carolina with Duke, but they've got other football stuff going on there. But as far as just basketball is king, it's Kentucky and Indiana and Kansas as far as states are concerned, whereas football runs everything else. Football is the money maker. So that's why these buyouts are so crazy, is because once you finally get a coach that can be successful and bring in money and revenue for your team, then you're going to do everything you can to protect that asset, knowing that if it doesn't work out, you're fitting the bill. So they probably already have it in the budget if this happens. Now, when Jimbo Fisher, when they got the money from some, like you were saying, and they had those people come in with a big check. That was kind of like the big thing. We get it. We're paying them $70 million. They came with a big check. They made a big old thing about it. But that wasn't the university money. That was boosters coming in, because there's no regulation on who pays it. Like you were saying, boosters pay that. If they know they can get the money from someone, be like, yeah, go ahead. That way they can spend their actual money to go get another coach. It's just nuts. It's crazy. I would love to get a Power 5 with the $35 million buyout, just for them to tell me, I don't need you to work anymore. Here's $35 million.
Oh, dude. Cool. All right. Guess I'm retired.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's later. Ed Ogeron, when he got let go from LSU, I think he was his buyout was $20 million. And he was like, they paid me $20 million to not coach. Huh, I'll get my own stuff. He literally, he said that. He didn't, in a press conference, knowing that he's probably going to get let go. He's like, all right, it don't matter to me. That's my best Ed Ogeron.
I like it, man. I don't know the guy, and I feel like he's right there in front of me, man.
Go Tigers. But anyway, all the other scores that went around there.
Oh, we're good. We're good. We can just move on.
No. I had to suffer through the fact that the Cowboys lost. So you get okay. Ohio State beats Illinois 34-16. Indiana beat Oregon 30-20. Ole Miss beat Washington State. They held on to beat them 24-21. Ole Miss, even though they're ranked, they look shaky. Alabama beats Missouri 27-24. Remember when Alabama was dead? That was fun. They're not anymore. Texas Tech beat Kansas 42-17. Texas Tech is just light years above everyone else. And that's how money can buy you championships, because they spent pretty much, they're top 3 in NIL as far as their transfer portal, and it's working out pretty well for them.
This game, it was Kansas. Come on.
Kansas is not a bad football team. They shouldn't be trounced 42-7, run off the field bad. by Texas Tech. But USC humbled Michigan 31-13. Utah beat Arizona State 42-10. Colorado beat Iowa State for the second loss in a row, 24-17. And then Pitt beat Florida State. Florida State, remember they beat Alabama?
Mm-hmm.
And they're 0-3 in the ACC now.
Yeah.
So they lost to Virginia, Pitt, Miami, and now Pitt. So they have yet to get a win in the ACC, which is nuts. And I almost forgot. Texas did.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Texas did beat Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry shootout, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. It was 6-3 at half. Oklahoma, and then Texas said, "Oh wait, I think we're better than them." Mm-hmm. And Mateer shouldn't have been playing.
Yeah, what that really was a story of an inept offense and a great defense. And then the defense just getting absolutely exhausted at the end. I mean, I used to be the issue was that you had an incredible offense and an average defense, and you would get them gassed because you would score so quickly. This was not that. Mateer should not have played. And all the fans around here that I talked with, we agreed before the game started. It's like, okay, cool. He wants to come back. Awesome. He's a fighter. But you just had surgery.
Right.
Like 10 days prior or something like that. And it's just cool. Suit up. Be ready. But how about we just start Hawkins? And then if we need you, then bring you in. But there's no reason to start you. And this not only hurt the team, it hurt his Heisman hopes, which he was already kind of struggling because he missed a couple of games. And honestly, I mean, like his hand was kind of bleeding there in the second half. So, did he injure his hand even further? Yeah. And that was really one of the big worries for a lot of us was that he's going to come back prematurely, not going to be able to, really live up to the expectations. And that's fine. You just had hand surgery, bro.
Right.
It's okay. No one hates you for it. And Hawkins is a very serviceable quarterback and actually will be pretty good for us probably next year. But it just sucks that it happened to Texas. And honestly, it like after the third quarter, it was like we only had I believe 3 downs we were 4 because we punted, but the third quarter we only had a 3-and-out.
Right.
Texas had the ball the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And hats off to the defense for not getting blown out. They did everything they absolutely could. And, Venables, great defensive coach. But this should have been a situation where the coach steps in and protects the player from himself. And they didn't do that. And, clearly hindsight, it was a bad decision. But, we'll see what the ramifications of that are going forward. But it, sets us back. And Texas, who has 2 or 3 losses, is still 2 losses. Yeah.
Yeah. That Florida loss was terrible. Ohio State, okay. Ohio State is the best team in football, at least
still a loss.
Yeah. But it's still a loss. So yes, they're 2 losses. Arch Manning is not.
Nope.
If his last, I know we said it before. Mm-hmm. If his last name wasn't Manning, he would be a fine quarterback. But the fact that he has Manning next to it and all of his high school tapes, which he played way below average of competition. Like his competition was non-existent, really, and where he played in high school there in Texas or Louisiana. I forget. It might be Louisiana.
Probably Louisiana.
Yeah, I think it was Louisiana. But anyway, of that town, that it was non-existent talent. And you're like, oh, okay, he sat behind, Ewers and all that. And no. And also, I don't think Texas is as good as they were last year anyway. Mm-mm. I don't think it's just all Arch, but he's not where you thought he was going to be, at least with the height. And I don't think Texas is as good. Just not.
Yeah, they're not, and that's kind of what pissed me off even before the game started. Is Texas kind of basically just being ranked higher. We're kind of talked about more, but they showed up and they won. And I mean, no loss is on one individual, but this one, I think it could have been prevented. If we just had a change at quarterback, and they stuck with him the whole match. And it's like, okay, that's nice. Like, good job. You saved your relationship with that quarterback. Because they always do that, man. They're always like, oh, well, that's their job. When they come back from injury. The Chiefs did it with Gerbach and Gannon. And then Rich Gannon said, okay, cool. Then I'm going to leave. And he goes to Oakland and he wins the Super Bowl. So yeah.
He didn't win a Super Bowl. He lost to Gruden.
Went to the Super Bowl.
Went to the Super Bowl. Correct. Gannon. That was Gannon's best year too.
Yeah. Oh no, it was. He was an incredible quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, he led us to the playoffs after Gerbach had us in a hole to begin with, and then they give it to Gerbach in the playoffs and we lose. And kind of with this one, kind of a little bit of the same scenario. I mean, it's a tale as old as time, but man, just go with the smart choice. Go with the smart choice. And it doesn't look great that you come back and maybe you don't start, and but if you get some playing time and your team wins, right? Like what's the important thing, right? So I don't know. This part of saving face doesn't look great. I think it's just another tick against Venables, who's already kind of been on the hot seat with Oklahoma, and I would hate to see what his buyout is, but. Yeah.
His buyout, speaking of, his buyout is $36.2 million.
36. Okay.
Yeah, his buyout is number 16 of college.
Is it 16? Yeah.
Yeah, 16th. Brent Venables is a really good, probably the best defensive coordinator in college football.
Yeah.
The problem is he's the best defensive coordinator in college football, not the best head coach. When he got hired, you realize Clemson took a step back for a reason, because he's also a really good recruiter too. Him and Dabo were great together. Once that got separated, Clemson took a step back. Oklahoma got better, but not to where they were. Now, is Oklahoma kicking themselves because they took Brent Venables and didn't take a shot at Josh Heupel? Maybe, but
a lot of us wanted that to happen.
Yeah. So, I mean, Heupel was right there, but you got to take a shot at the best defensive coordinator in college football, because Heupel was at Central Florida, and some thought that Heupel was born on third base because those coaches were just taking over and still being successful at Central Florida. So they did have the question marks about Heupel. Turns out Heupel's pretty damn good football coach. Now, yeah, he made the college football playoff. I mean, Tennessee, Oklahoma, resource-wise, who knows? I don't know what it is there, but I just feel like Heupel, you put up enough points, it's going to work. But it takes a lot to be a head coach, because you're also a CEO of something and not just really good at one area. And he's a good recruiter. Like Ed Ogeron is probably the best recruiter. Every time you talk, every interview you see, he talks about recruiting, and his track record shows it. Yeah. Was he the best head coach? Probably not, but he assembled arguably the best team ever in college football history.
Yeah. So, and won some championships.
Yeah, and he won a championship, and he won championships with Pete Carroll when he was at USC. Like, he's not just his head coach, obviously, but he's won multiple championships, and it's because of his recruiting prowess. Because he's an offensive line, defensive line coach, something like that. Like, that's where his thing. I think it's offensive line. But Venable, good recruiter, not as good as Ed Ogeron, and sometimes talent beats out anything else, like the deficiencies of a coach. But when you're only focused on your defense, you brought in that offensive coordinator, but that offensive coordinator is so used to having Mateer, and if Mateer's not 100%, it just doesn't work. And Venables, he's just not it. Like it should be a lot better than what we're seeing.
Oh no, we all agree, and it's been this way for 4 years. And it was like, well, All right, well, that's his first year. Let's see what he can do too. All right, well, if that's 3. Now it's like, okay. Like, with that action alone. I mean, like, if...
And what Cignetti is...
Like, he was in the graces of everybody. We're like, man, we're doing good. Mature got injured, but, hey, we still win the game without him. And then with this one, it was just like, that was not a good move, bud.
No, you can't lose the rivalry game. Ask Ryan Day last year. Ryan Day, if he didn't win the national championship, would be out of a job because he lost to Michigan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ryan Day would be out of a job right now if he didn't win the national championship.
Yeah. Maybe paying $70.9 million for his buyout.
Yeah. He would be out of a job because he's never beaten Michigan. Anybody wins the national championship, so all is forgiven. But he trust me, he would be out of a job if he didn't do that. But and the thing is, Curt Cignetti with Indiana, this is his second year, and he goes to Oregon and beats Oregon with Indiana.
Yeah, bunch of basketball players, man.
They went to the playoff last year, cool. But what they're doing this year in year 2, because typically they say it takes 3 years to finally get, okay, this is the program going forward, get your footing. It should be, all right, let's go. Cignetti is making a lot of ADs and a lot of the boosters going, well, he did it in 2 years. Why is it going to take you 4 or 5 or 6? And he's doing it with Indiana. So it's going to put a lot of seats hotter than they're supposed to be just because of the success that Cignetti has had in such a short time. It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, well, they're all going to be chasing a championship. And so definitely be tuning in with us as we go through that each and every week. But you know who else is chasing a championship but did get one, bud? And it's in the world of basketball. Nice, dude. That's probably your best one.
Yeah, probably.
Good.
I don't know.
It's so good.
I'm not going to ever listen to it. I'm not going to. When I play the replay to see what I can improve on, not going to listen to that.
Not that.
No.
Yeah, no, it's good. But anyways, yeah, we are going to be going to the full court press, talking about basketball. And we got to talk about playoffs, but they are done. And the WNBA finals are completed. Las Vegas Aces versus Phoenix Mercury. And the Aces won it. They won it all. But last week we were doing the show while Game 3 went on, so we'll run through that real quick. Game 3, Aces win 90-88. Asia Wilson had a 34-point, 14 rebound double-double. Jackie Young went for 21 points. Alyssa Thomas was 1 assist away from a triple-double with 14 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. And then Satu Sabali went for 24 points. Speaking of Satu Sabali, maybe that's how you pronounce the name. We'll find out. Listen on the chats. She went down in the fourth quarter with a head injury after her head slammed into an Aces defender's knee, and she was fouled. We definitely will not show that video. After spending an extended time on the ground, Sabali initially tried to get up before having to be helped back to the floor. She was eventually assisted off the court by a teammate and Mercury staffers. Head injuries are very dangerous, and typically the way someone with a head injury who looked as disoriented as Sabali did, she should have been put in a neck brace to stabilize her neck and head, and should have been taken off the floor with a stretcher instead of just walking off the court. She did not return for the game and was later revealed to have a concussion and will be unavailable for Game 4. Phoenix was down 10 at the time of Sabali's injury, but managed to tie the score in the closing minutes despite trailing by as many as 17. And this is in many ways thanks to Kalia Cooper. Asia Wilson delivered the game-winning jump shot with 2.2 seconds left over both Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner. And we do have a little bit of that action, y'all.
It's the first game-winning shot over a married couple.
Yeah, right. That's actually a pretty awesome stat.
Yeah.
I mean, good shot there. And we do have the standings there. Well, that's actually what the playoff look like. But we do have some stats to talk about. So looking at the records, Asia passes Candace Parker for third all-time in postseason field goals made. Asia also passes Lindsay Wallen for the 4th all-time in postseason free throws made. And then same thing. Asia passes Candace Parker for 2nd all-time in postseason blocks. And then Alyssa Thomas passes Lisa Leslie for 7th all-time in postseason rebounds. And but yeah, the Aces do win Game 4. And remove that. You didn't see shit, guys. Aces do win Game 4, 97-86, win their 3rd championship in 4 years. Congrats. Yeah. There was no asterisks on any of the wins. Oh. Everything was called fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No
issues
with the officials.
Officials in the WNBA are perfect. You never hear any complaints about them. You don't have anything going on with off the court. Mm-mm. We might have a WNBA next year. We might not. All I know is the Aces are the champions. They do have the best team. They probably have the best player in WNBA history in Asia Wilson. Yeah. Only time will tell. But all those records you just listed, at least with Asia Wilson's name on it, she'll probably be at the top when it's all said and done. And just a kind of little thing here, as far as Asia did go in that 4th game, she did go 31-9-3, and Alyssa Thomas did have a triple-double. The triple-double queen herself did have 17, 12, and 10 in that last game that saw the Aces win their 3rd championship in 4 years. Becky Hammon already putting herself on the Mount Rushmore of WNBA coaches, or at least in the conversation for it. Now, is it because she had Asia Wilson, or is it because she's a good coach? Yes. When it comes to that. But congratulations to the Aces.
Belichick and Brady situation.
Let this let you know that it wasn't just Kelsey Plum of why they won the championship. Because a lot of people are like, once Kelsey Plum went to the Sparks, they didn't win it last year. What's going on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter. You have Asia Wilson.
It does matter. It does matter. It matters a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
But also what matters is Sol's opinion. And even though she couldn't be here because she is in Ireland.
She's in Dublin.
Which we forgot to say at the top of the show. But Sol, hopefully you are doing well over there and enjoying some time with our friend Chris, a.k.a. Drunken Prayer.
Yeah.
But Sol... Yeah, shout out. But Sol does say Phoenix let Game 1 slip away to Vegas when AT missed those free throws, and they seem to never really recover from that. Aces have their core that has been to 3 finals together, winning 2 of them, not the whole core. Only 2 players on the Mercury were there last year, and they made it to the finals. What can they do next year when they bring their players back after having a year playing together and having finals experience? Yeah, we shall see. And we're definitely, even though the season is done, guarantee we got a lot more information going to be coming out over the next couple of weeks. A little bit of drama. But honestly, though, I mean, hopefully we get some resolutions as far as maybe possible leadership change. A lot of people are talking about like basically a coup going on with the WNBA, but then also with rival. Right. I mean, I don't think they announced who that final person was that they're going to be adding to the roster, but
not that I know of.
Yeah, but I mean, will that be the new hot league? They're doing a 3v3, but with that, are they going to be doing maybe a little 5-on-5 in the future?
I don't know. It's going to be in Philly this year. We'll see how it works.
Any notes on the WNBA, man?
No. I mean, I thought the Lynx were going to get it this year, but it happens. Shout out to the Fever, who literally went through every member of their team to make it as far as they did.
Yeah.
So hopefully everybody stays healthy next year when you actually see the full force of the Fever. But the offseason's crazy. Much less are we going to have a season next year? We don't know. But shout out to the Fever. Shout out to all the females who had a great season. It just feels like the league is growing, which is great. We've got those expansion teams coming out, so we have the expansion draft. But again, who really knows about that? That's something to look forward to if they can get the drama out of the way first.
Yep, they can get that lined up. But, man, I don't like the next story. You want to talk about NBA, bud?
Yeah, we can do that. Russell Westbrook.
Going to Oklahoma City, right?
No.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, we thought this, Russell Westbrook, he's getting to the end of his career. I mean, I think he's already been in the league about 3 years too long anyway. But it's Russell Westbrook. Like, he's Russell Westbrook. Like, I'm not, until he tells us he's done, he's not done.
Yeah.
He's too good of a player, and you're not going to not have him on your team if he's willing to, because he's going to give you everything. All stat padding out of the way, he's going to give you everything.
Yeah.
He has signed with Sacramento. People thought that at the end of his career, he'd be going back to Oklahoma City, but apparently that did not work out. So the former Kia MVP, Russell Westbrook, has agreed to a deal with Sacramento Kings per ESPN's Shams. Per him, Westbrook is expected to sign a 1-year, $3.6 million deal with the team. The 9-time NBA All-Star who turns 37 in November is entering his 18th season in 2024-25 with the Denver Nuggets. He averaged 13.3 points, 6.1 rebounds, 4.9 rebounds, and 6.1 assists, 4.9 rebounds, and 1.4 steals in 75 games. He began his career with Oklahoma City and teamed up with Kevin Durant to help the Thunder become a league power. After Durant left to join the Golden State Warriors, Westbrook was named the league Kia MVP the following season, where he averaged a triple-double the first time since Oscar Robertson, the first of his 3 straight average of the triple-doubles as well. He also won 2 scoring titles and 2 All-Star MVP awards before leaving the Thunder. He has bounced around since, playing for the Houston Rockets, Washington Wizards, Los Angeles Lakers, LA Clippers, and then the Nuggets. He remains beloved in Oklahoma City, sometimes even being cheered at Thunder games during the Western Conference semifinals last season while playing for the Nuggets. Westbrook has the most triple-doubles in league history with 203 and has scored 26,205 career points. I mean, when you think of Oklahoma City, Russell Westbrook is the Mount Rushmore. Kevin Durant, I know you don't like him, but what he did for Oklahoma, for where the team was, and what the Harden, Westbrook, and Durant.
Yeah, but you also got Ibaka. You've got Adams,
Steven Adams.
Honestly, Collins.
Oh yeah, well he is Mr. Oklahoma City.
Yeah,
Collins.
Yeah, Collins. Yeah.
Former
KU alumni.
Yeah, Kansas.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, we love him there. But Westbrook is on there, for his on-court stuff, but he's also going to be there for his off, and in a very good way, because he's actually his company has the contract to be implementing a lot of the plans for the sports and entertainment district in Oklahoma City. They're going to be revamping quite a bit. And I'm excited for it. That's where everybody thought he was just going to move there, because he's going to be working there so much. But I guess and he may still live, have a house there, just kind of commute back and forth. But for the NBA season, he's going to be in California, there in Sacramento, playing for the Kings. Definitely going to be a backup kind of position, just like he was with the Nuggets. But man, I mean, he's an absolute fireball. I mean, he comes in, is just absolutely electric. He has that passion, which can be aggravating whenever he gets penalties and just gets a little bit too headstrong, especially in his younger days. But I mean, we absolutely love him here. Excuse me. Here in Oklahoma and Oklahoma City. And I mean, best of luck in Sacramento. You could have came and got a ring, bud, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I mean, he's at the end of this year, he'll probably do that 1-day contract where he retires as a Thunder. So that's probably what they'll do, because it's just he stayed loyal until it just you could tell it was time to move on. But he stayed loyal. He didn't move on and anyway.
Yeah. Well, he didn't tell everybody, like, I'm never going to leave next day. I'm leaving.
Right.
Yeah. He didn't pull that shit.
He kept Paul George there until he was traded to the Clippers. So
PG-13, who really didn't do a whole lot.
No. In other news, Malcolm Brogdon, surprisingly, after 9 seasons, has decided to hang it up and retire from basketball. of NBA. He told ESPN on Wednesday, Brogdon, who averaged 12.7 points, 4.1 assists, and 3.1 rebounds in a career-low 24 games for the Washington Wizards last season, was on track to make the Knicks' final roster, but he had been contemplating retirement and informed team officials Wednesday of his decision. Malcolm Brogdon had his probably best time when he was with the Bucks, and then they added him to the Knicks. But he's kind of a tweener player. Really, super athletic, a great, just physical, all the tools. But he didn't. Yeah. He's not one of those guys that is going to be there like for 15, 16 years. Like, it's just not that type of player. I guess he probably saw the writing on the wall. He's formerly of Virginia, which Virginia, you stay in college for 6 years, even before COVID was a thing. So he was he's older coming out. So, those guys that are already in the league for like 10 to 12 years are typically getting the league when they're 18, where Brogdon was probably like 22, 23 when he entered the league. So this is right around the age that, it's just, all right, yep. Either I can still push it or find other things. And I guess he was just like, nope, I'm done. But it is surprising because he is a name that at least I recognize. Sometimes you're just like, is he or isn't he on an NBA roster? Some of them guys are surprising. No. But I thought he at least had, he was going to play at least 12 to 13 years. And nope, sometimes they're just done.
Yeah, I was pretty distraught at the news after I Googled his name to find out who the fuck he was. And But yeah, I think you're just going to see this with a lot of sports. You're seeing the NFL. People are just, not really wanting to have that, like insanely long careers. And it's because their body just takes such a toll, body and mind. With, right. Any physical sport. But with that, it's like, yeah, it's like make your money and then enjoy life. Ballers are going to ball, like they're going to play. But now you've got so many of these secondary leagues, like the 3v3. What is that? Ice Cube tournament.
The big three.
Big three. Thank you. Yeah, you got the big three. You got all these other leagues that are kind of coming up that you can still play. You can have fun, and you can get paid. Yeah. And yeah, the NBA is the premier league, and you kind of want to go for it. But yeah, at a certain point, just hang up those Nikes, man. Hang up those Jordans. And so yeah, congrats on the career, man. Yep. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, he's just he was a role player that was known for his defensive prowess, and when the defense falls off, it's like, all right, I don't want to put, like you were saying, I don't want to put my body through all the off-season workouts and stuff. If I know I'm just, no. And he's probably he's done. Yep. It happens.
Well, and he's never going to be an Olympic athlete. That's for certain.
No, but who is going to be the new Olympic U.S. men's head coach is one Eric Spoelstra of the Miami Heat. We always regard him. Obviously, you watch the show, you know how high we are on Eric Spoelstra as a coach. Because it doesn't matter what the roster is. Typically, he's going to put out a good product and at least be in contention to make the playoffs. He did this year and then got formally blown out because that team just wasn't really a playoff team. But he did what he could to get there, which gives a shout out to him. But for those who don't know, Eric Spoelstra is a two-time NBA champion, two-time NBA All-Star Game head coach, NBA co-coach of the year, and a top 15 coach in NBA history. He was on Steve Kerr's staff for the USA men's basketball this past Olympics, and he joins the lines of obviously Krzyzewski, Pop, like all those people, obviously. And if you had to ask me who would you want as the next USA men's coach, I would have said Spoelstra before Steve Kerr. But when you have 4 rings to 2. They're going to take Kerr over that. But I'm really excited to see what Spoelstra does. I really enjoy this hire, but it just depends on the collective of NBA players that you can get for the USA side of it. When a lot of this last Olympics, a lot of those guys are not going to be on the roster come the next Olympics, much less World Games and all of that. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. And if he can corral Anthony Edwards.
Yeah. We broke the news, we didn't break it, but while we were on last time. We actually kind of saw that news happen. So, yeah, congrats, coach. And then there's also some other coach news. Dawn Staley, a 6-time WNBA All-Star and Olympic gold medalist, Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Famer. She also coached the South Carolina women's basketball team in 3 NCAA and AA Division I national championships. Sorry. She actually interviewed for the New York Knicks position.
She did.
And she ended up not getting it because after they released Tom Thibodeau, that's when they did the hiring process, and they ended up going with Mike Brown. But Staley had some words, and so with that, this week, Staley reflected on her interview process or interview experience and raised questions about the NBA's readiness to welcome a full-time female head coach. Staley's argument centered on her behalf that a franchise may not be willing to contend with the inevitable scrutiny of a team's performance under a female coach. She says, if I'm the Knicks coach and you have a 5-game losing streak, it's not going to be about the losing streak. It's going to be about being a female coach. She told reporters on Tuesday. Plenty more of this article and some of these reports, but just kind of for that little excerpt, because we are going to try and make some time up. What are your initial thoughts kind of on this?
Yeah, I mean, I understand what she's coming from, because if she loses 5 games in a row, it's going to have a little bit more of a magnifying glass on it, because she's a female. She's the first female coach in NBA history, head coach in NBA history. Not to be mistaken with Whoopi Goldberg's movie Eddie, where she was the head coach for the Knicks. Yeah. On that.
Perfect, man.
Yeah. But she was interviewed for the Knicks, so I thought that was kind of funny. But it's the step in the right direction. No one's ever ready for this big of a change. That's the thing. So with her saying, I understand that, but until you prove that what can never happen, it's always going to be met with huge scrutiny and huge negative things until you prove the haters wrong. So do I agree with her? Yeah. It's not, you're not ready until you prove to everyone that it is ready. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like, go all the way back. No one wanted Jackie Robinson, but he proved everyone to shut the hell up. I'm better than everyone here. So either, you can read between the lines saying Dawn didn't want to deal with it. She's got a great job at South Carolina. She is a god there. And unless she just was ready for something different and wanted a new challenge, this was the biggest challenge you're ever going to do. She might have broke down barriers. Who knows? She just didn't get the job and just says they're not ready. Who knows? But this type of they're not ready. No one is ready until you prove them wrong. That's where I feel.
Yeah. Kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy there. But I think if not her, then somebody here within the next 5-10 years is going to get that option or that
Becky
opportunity.
Hammond. If Becky Hammond keeps doing it, she
for real.
She was on Pop's staff. That's why it's like the first female head coach, because Becky was a coach on Pop's staff
and the first female assistant coach.
Yeah, so that's a lot of people thought that when that Becky was going to be floated around. When Dawn was, it's like okay, that makes sense too. And she would definitely just. It shouldn't make her feel good about where she is in her coaching career. The fact that she was even interviewed and got the call to be interviewed for it. And there's no rule that says you have to, like a Rooney rule, where you have to interview an African-American coach in the NFL. That. And there's no rule that says you have to interview a female coach. And so I think it's obviously a matter of when, not if, this is going to happen. But whoever takes it has to understand, like he was saying, it's not ready. Maybe she just, I don't know, but it's going to happen. I don't know. I talked in circles there. My point lost my mind.
Yeah, no, you're good. I had more to say, but we got to make up time, bud. So let's keep it moving. We do not have any novelty acts, but we do got some kicking and screaming. Josh, since you love talking, why don't you take this, bud?
Sheesh. Yeah. The U.S. men's national team didn't lose, so we got that going for us. They tied Ecuador 1-1, and then they beat Australia.
Hey, sorry about it, lads.
Yeah. It's get some Fosters. And they beat the Australians 2-1, but Pulisic tweaked his hamstring. So that, even though we've given Pulisic a lot of crap, we still need Pulisic coming next year for the World Cup. So now what mindset it has, I don't know, but if he's not on the field, we are way behind if we're going to have any success in the World Cup. But it's nice to see us taking, at least not losing, playing decent, and winning games that we're just so much of just complaining about on that. For that. And then we have another retirement. Brad Guzan.
Is the season.
What?
It's a tis the season.
Yeah, I know. Announced his retirement after MLS season at the age of 41. His accolades improve to stop at 64 caps for the men's national team, attending 2 World Cups in 10 and 14, 3-time Gold Cup winner, Gold Cup, Golden Glove, MLS Cup winner with Atlanta United, U.S. Open Cup winner with Atlanta United, 2-time MLS All-Star, Aston Villa Player of the Season. And then Sol said the reason Inter Milan didn't pass the first round of the playoffs because Messi could not score on him. He was saving everything. And we have a video here of Brad.
21 years is a long time. I still remember the first time I stepped onto the field. Just a kid from Chicago who instantly knew this game was for me. I know this journey was never just about me. It's always been about the people who walked beside me. So thank you to everyone. To the opposition who pushed me to be better, who made me stronger, who made me fight harder. To all my teammates, all my coaches, my friends, every fan who cheered, near and far. And most of all, my family. Thank you for your love, strength, and unwavering support. And to the beautiful game, thank you for letting me live this dream. Thank you for the joy, the pain, the growth, and the memories. Thank you for showing me that the game is at its best when it's shared with those closest to you. Thank you.
No, thank you, Brad Guzan.
Well done. Great career.
Yeah.
Great career, sir.
Again, absolutely impactful. Once I Googled who he was.
He was really good, man.
Yeah.
He stopped Messi.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for real. Yeah, with those accolades, yeah, I mean, phenomenal player. 41 seems to have been a magic number. We'll see if Aaron Rodgers will retire at the end of this year. But yeah, man, any notes on kicking and screaming before we move on?
Unfortunately, Trinity Rodman got hurt. She had a leg injury, couldn't put any weight on it, had to be helped off the field. And then you were seeing her on crutches going back to the locker room. She will be assessed on that injury. She just came back from a back issue. So Trinity, please get healthy, because really Emma Hayes hasn't been able to. You haven't been able to be fully healthy to see Emma Hayes with the national team on what she can do with you. And you're amazing. So I want you to be healthy because you're awesome. Yeah. So speedy recovery.
Well, yeah, please. Because we need our second best player to get better. That completes the team. Yeah. No. T's and P's. Yeah. Hey, bud, you want to light the lamp?
Hey, the Preds. They're not terrible.
Go.
for early. It's early. It's like 4 games in. It's okay.
Yeah, you're still winning.
Still winning. We're not at the bottom for right now. We're at the top of our of the Central there, and we also have a weird stat that the Texas Rangers have not scored a goal at home so far this
Texas
season.
Rangers or New York Rangers?
The New York Rangers.
Okay.
I've probably said Texas. I'm sorry. Rangers threw me off. Thank you for that. New York Rangers. Thank you. The New York Rangers have not scored a goal. The Texas Rangers haven't scored a goal either in their franchise history. They've scored bases or runs, but they haven't scored goals as far as that is concerned. But Tushka, how is your newly formed best favorite team?
Man,
the Dallas Stars.
Yeah, I mean, that's my whole life, dude. I followed. What was the name again? The Dallas Steers.
Stars.
Steers.
Yes.
The Stars. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
No, they're 3-3. So they're right there in the mix with the Predators. But I believe for some reason, like ranking wise, they have them above the Predators. I don't know if it's maybe just goals for. Yeah,
it's a point system.
Yeah. So the goals for them, they got 15, which is actually more than the Avalanche. But then the points against is kind of where it kind of counterbalances. So it's the difference of 5. So they're actually tied with the Avalanche, but it's early in the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, excited for it to be in the mix. And Soul's team, which one was Soul's team?
Florida Panthers.
Yeah, they suck. They're not doing anything.
Well, they're without their best player. Kachuk's out, so Florida's fine. They'll be fine.
They're only 3-2. And sorry, the Stars are 3-0. They've only played 3 games.
Yeah. So super early in the season. For all that don't know, I picked the Lightning as far as do I know puck this year because I wanted to pick Toronto. I wanted to pick Edmonton, but I just can't get myself to want a Canadian team to finally get a Stanley Cup since 1997. So, yeah.
So you're not going to let them win at their own game?
No. I want to troll a little bit, and I like to beat countries at a game that they invented.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yep. Also, we've got the better anthem.
It's got more layers.
Yeah, it's got so many layers. It's got so many stripes and layers.
Yeah, 50 of them. Oh, no,
13.
13 stars.
I love it.
13 colonies. Yeah. It was not American.
The steers. 50 steers.
50 steers and 13 crews.
No, we love you, Canada. We just love giving you shit even more.
Because it's fun to do, and you should give us shit right back. And guess what? We're going to keep coming back at you, and that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, we're going to do it. But we'll definitely be keeping you guys updated on hockey as the season starts. NBA is starting as well.
Right around the corner, I think next week.
Such a great time to be a sports fan.
Yeah.
We got all the best of the worlds, but bro, do you want to get a little weird?
Let's get weird.
Let's do it, man. And I'm not talking about upside down pineapple weird. I'm talking about weird as in sports meme of the week.
Sports meme of the week.
And this comes from GIF in our Discord. And if you want to join the Discord, it is free. Link is in the description below. So definitely let us know. But this is GIFs. So it's got the shapes. You got pentagon, hexagon, octagon, and season gone.
Oh, sorry, Justin. Sorry, we got to troll you just because you are the evil empire, even though you haven't done anything in 16 years. But as a Dallas fan, I understand you're going to get hate. It's going to happen. And you understand of where it sits. Even though the Kansas City Chiefs are technically the evil empire, right now, Dallas still gets their fair share of Jerry Jones, your owner. You always are talked about on TV.
You guys do it to yourself. Don't act like it's on the outside that everybody's just conjecturing up conspiracy theories to hate on why you guys win. You guys do it to yourself.
I don't personally, but yes, you are correct.
Yeah. Yeah. My guys just hurt ourselves. We just like to run into each other and get injured. Almost like we're at the Colts and pre-game warm-ups.
You want to give everyone else a sense of accomplishment. just so you can be like, oh, by the way, we're actually really good.
Hey, give them a head start, man. I mean, last year we started off 9-0. This year we're like, let's chill a little bit. Hey, maybe we'll get 3 straight ties, and then we can be 3-3-3. Hey,
please don't.
I would hate that too.
Trust me. That tie still hurts. Every time I look at our record, I'm like,
it's such bullshit. I mean, fix it, league, fix it. Goodell, you son of a bitch.
I know.
We don't need that. Anyways, but no, that is the sports meme of the week.
Yeah.
And brother, man, it's been real. It's been real sweet. But for the fine folks at home, let them know what we got going on this week.
Yeah, so tomorrow night, myself and Justin Toner will be breaking down everything in the world of wrestling from Thursday to Thursday. So anything that happens in the news that is worth talking about, we will bring up. If it's a slow news week, sometimes we just talk about other things as far as like top 10 list or opinion that someone had. And we'll say, okay, well, what are your opinion on this? On top of breaking down, recapping all the major shows. Obviously, we're going to even talk about TNA Bound for Glory, much less everything that happened on Raw, SmackDown, AEW, and so forth. Be going on at 8 Central, 9 o'clock Eastern there. And then on Monday, you get me and this guy breaking down everything and helping you all with your fantasy teams. Hopefully, you're succeeding. If you're not, we would love to help you out. Even if you are, come and brag about your roster because we love having those comments, being like, my roster's stacked. What should I do? And we go, nothing. Mm-hmm. But it's still
trades,
nice.
Baby.
Trades. Yes, it is. It is right in the heat of trading of trade season because you kind of know where your teams are, where those players are on their teams are going, and what teams are hurt because that's what you're dealing with. And so when people have beat up rosters, means that you can get them for a lot cheaper than what you would have got them before in the past because they are desperate. You want the tilts and you want to attack it. But to learn more about that in depth, tune in on Monday at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, as we do our thing here at Rev all together. I was about to say REV Sports. That's just a part of it. We do other things. We entertain.
I got you. Take a seat.
Yeah.
It's Ruckus Entertainment Variety, everybody. That is the channel. Like, subscribe. Let us know in the comments how bad did I butcher names, and I will let you know how much I don't give a shit. Because we just love it. We love being absolute knuckleheads. That's why we call it the Ruckus. And you can join us. Follow us below in the link. We've got the Discord. We also got the Patreon. So we've got some incentives there. So if you yourself want to kind of get this kind of look and you have a show idea, we want to help you make that come into fruition. And that is through the Patreon channel. That'll get you access to a lot of the tools and the trainings. Which we will do and help you out in building a brand and podcast / YouTube kind of series. So definitely do that. And man, I mean, we've been talking about football. I've got to have more scat about, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Now with a stacked box, you might think he'd run to the outside. You think wrong. Who he think he fooling? Juggernaut, we know that's you, nigga.
But he's just a rookie.
He just put a father of 4 on the news. He trucked me so hard I got up and tried to pause the game. Nigga, this ain't Madden. That motherfucker hit the A-gap like it slapped his mama. I can't breathe. Did you know he averaged 6 broken souls per carry?
No.
Neither did I. You ever try to tackle an ice cream truck?
No.
It don't feel good. He don't even gotta learn the plays. Dart just look at him and go, hope, smash.
I heard he stiff-armed Lenny.
Stiff-arm? He catapulted his soul to the nosebleeds.
He don't even have wiggle.
He don't need wiggle. He got momentum and a grudge. I tried to fill the gap, but instead I got filled with regret. When his pads hit mine, it was like my body took a screenshot. Let's just say his first words were, hope no juke, only truck.
Only truck, baby. But hey, that's going to be it for us. We'll see y'all the next time. Peace. I'm just going to leave it, make it a little awkward for us.
Love this living on the internet forever.
It's okay. Nobody's watching. No one's going to like us.
3 people.
Follow us to the Discord or Patreon.
Yeah.